Welcome to the Panther podcast episode 2. My name is Justin.
My name is Anastasia, and we are the new video and podcast editors at the Panther.
Last week, we uploaded a video where we talked about how to transfer to Chapman University in general. Well, in this episode, we have a special guest, Caroline Chang.
Woo!
Come on. Hello.
Welcome.
Caroline is our
Hi,
guest
guys.
today for our podcast, and we are solely going to be talking about how to transfer to Dodge College of Film and Media Arts. So
welcome, Caroline.
Hi. Thank you for having me. This is so fun. I'm so excited. I've never done this before.
well,
I know, it's our second time.
it's our second time, so
I mean,
yeah.
you guys are doing a great job so far.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very
Yeah,
professional.
it's all me, but I'm just.
I definitely.
You're not the video editor, you're just
What?
podcast editor. I'm the video
Okay,
and podcast.
Okay, I see.
Okay, so yeah, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, okay. My name is Caroline Chang. I guess I'm not incoming anymore because I'm here, but I'm a transfer. I'm a sophomore year. I'm in broadcast journalism and documentary, and I came from NYU Tisch. Crazy, guys. But actually, I am from California, and I only live like 45 minutes away from Dodge, so it's pretty good. Chapman was my dream school. I wanted to go to Chapman. My sister went to Chapman, and wanted to stay home, and I just it's the number 4 film school, and I had gone on campus so many times. It was an amazing program, and it was affordable-ish. Not really, but it's better than most. So I was I really want to go to Chapman. So I applied early action, and then I got another letter, and they were we need you to reapply, basically, because they're we don't know if we want you yet. And I was okay.
Oh, so they moved you to the regular decision?
They moved me to regular decision.
Oh, okay.
And then at that time, I also applied to NYU on a whim, because I was all right, why not? I'll just go for it. I'm not gonna get in. They have a 4% acceptance rate. So I applied again to Chapman, and I wanted to go to Chapman, and then they didn't accept me. Yeah.
Oh no.
They didn't accept me. So they gave me the option to be in their history department in Wilkinson, and I was really pissed off because I was but they did give me a good scholarship, so I was okay, there's that, but everything else just was kind of crappy. And then NYU got back to me April or something, and they I was opening it, and they said they accepted me, and I was jumping for joy. It was so crazy.
Wow.
because I didn't think that I was gonna get it. I don't know, I just ended up choosing NYU because it just had the better program and everything, and they had actually accepted me, and also living in New York, that's crazy. So I did that, and I went. And
So how was the transition between going from California to to the East Coast?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Have any of you guys lived on the East Coast?
Well, I did.
Did?
I did go to high school in the East Coast.
Okay, you went to high school in the East
No,
Coast.
I just
You just
traveled
visited?
for a week. And
Okay. And you went to high school. Where'd you go to high school?
Well, I went to
What?
a
what's-
boarding school, a
okay.
high school in Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts.
Right.
Okay.
And then they're coming.
Good times.
And coming from, I think from the East Coast to the West Coast for college, I thought that was a huge transition.
No, it totally is.
That was whoa.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine
yeah.
what it's like to.
Yeah.
go
Did you?
from-
Yeah.
the
Did
East
you?
Coast.
Sorry, I'm asking you. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah, you
interested.
got it.
Okay, when you came from the East Coast to the West Coast, was it culture shock in a good way or in a bad way?
It was definitely both,
Both.
but I think because East Coast it was just too cutthroat for me. It was very
yeah.
fast-paced and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The West Coast is
So
more
real.
patient.
It's- yeah.
It's
That's
slow.
what actually pisses me off about the West Coast. I'm
No,
I
yeah.
don't know. I grew up in the city. So.
No,
Yeah.
it pisses me off too, but because I'm from Seoul everything's fast there. So
Right.
sometimes I want things to be fast, but I really do like this chill
The
environment.
chill environment. Yeah. How about you, Anastasia?
I don't know, it feels like a village there. I'm from Russia, I'm from St.
Yeah.
Petersburg, like a big city, very European one too.
Right.
It's not that we're like super fast paced, we're not like New York or whatever.
So like, when I first went, I actually had visited like before I decided on going, and I loved the city. I fell in love. I was like, oh my god, this is such an incredible place. Like, I think on the West Coast, especially around here in Orange, there's like a lot of standards you kind of have to abide by, like unsaid rules that are just like you need to do. And people are a lot more conservative over here, not just politically speaking, but just like how they live and whatever, which is good for them and stuff, but sometimes it can be a little intense. So then when I went over there for the first time, it was crazy because I just saw like people like wearing whatever they wanted and like being like whatever, and that was just crazy to me because
And
everybody
also the fashion in
Oh,
New
the
York.
fashion really struck a chord with me because I really am interested in clothes and stuff. And over here, I mean, it's the same at Chapman. A lot of people just like, wear their Lululemon and like,
I know.
like Lululemon is so comfortable. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, it's the same thing over and over again. And over there, like everybody has like a completely different style. Like you never see
Like urban style, city style.
Yeah, like you never see so many people step out of their comfort zone and wear things that you would never expect to see around here. So that was like so awesome. And then there's just like the melting pot of so many different cultures, and I think that really impressed me too because my family background is my dad is Chinese and then my mom is German, so I'm like a mix, and like obviously yeah. so they don't really know what I am. They're like, are you white? Are you Mexican? Like,
Oh my God.
are you Asian? I'm like, I can be whatever you want. So that was just so cool to go there and everything. But then when I finally went in the fall, it was hard because I was leaving like all my friends behind and everything here, and I had a really good like senior summer basically. And then I mean we're all going our separate ways, but I'm literally going across the country, whereas everybody else I knew was staying in California, and a lot of people were doing the whole like community college for a year and then they go off to like university. But then I went all the way over there and I was completely by myself and isolated. I didn't know anybody who went to that school. Like I knew one kid who came from my high school, but he was in business and we weren't really friends, and I don't know, yeah, so I was like, okay, like this is interesting. But it was really hard the first semester. It was like major culture shock because like everyone here, like you guys said, it's like on the West Coast, it's like really chill, so comfortable. We go to the beach, we drive in a car, like it's all good, and we have privacy. Let me tell you, there's no privacy in New York. The most private place you go is probably the bathroom. Even then, it's a public bathroom. Like even in like my apartment.
There's no bathroom in your apartment.
Exactly. In my apartment, I had to share one bathroom, literally one toilet with 6 girls. And so, but yeah, it was hard. It was really hard. And my first semester was not great because my roommate was kind of a psychopath. In the beginning of the semester, we had like shared each other's locations in order to keep track of each other because we had all like never lived in New York ever. And my suite mates all came from different places. Like I had a girl come from China, from Brazil, one from like Tennessee, and then there's me from California and another girl from like Virginia. And then we had like shared our locations just to keep each other safe.
But then after a while, she kind of started like stalking me, and she'd keep track of my location and be like, why?
That's
Yeah.
interesting. It's like what is that show? Like, what is that stalker show again in Netflix? You?
Oh my
It kind
God,
of gives me that vibe.
Yeah, it's like that. It was like that. Basically, I would hang out with one of my other suite mates, and we'd come back from places that we hadn't told her where we're going or something, but she'd know where we were. So when we'd come back, she was like, how was going to Central Park? How was doing this? Yeah, I remember.
That's so
That is
creepy.
creepy. That
It
is
was really
creepy.
creepy. And one specific example is we literally came back from Central Park with hanging out with some other friends.
And she like came back, opened the door, and was like, so how was Central Park? We never told her we were going to Central Park. We were just like there.
Yeah.
And she was like, did you have fun with this person and this person? And I was like, how did you know that we were with those people? Like,
That's
yeah, it was
creepy.
Yeah, it was genuinely scary.
Right.
And so things like that kept continuing. So that was like kind of shitty. I'd get out of the shower and I'd come back and she'd watch me like change my clothes.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had this experience.
Yeah,
Now I'm getting why you transferred.
This is the sole reason though, right? We're gonna get there.
This isn't the sole. No. Yeah. So like,
this is one of many.
One of many reasons, let me tell you. But like, yeah. So basically, in summary, my first semester was like tough and it was hard, and I wasn't actually enjoying my major because it was cinema studies, and cinema studies is basically you sit in a room and you watch movies and you talk about it and you write papers.
Yeah, I think
right?
that's all of us have.
Yeah, we all have that, but that was my major, like, completely.
Wait, so
no film production.
There's no film production at all?
No, there is film production, but I
What's the
wasn't.
same for you, no?
Oh, but your major was just
My
cinema
major
studies.
was just cinema studies.
And that was in Tisch.
In Tisch,
Okay,
because
okay.
there's like, the way they break it down is they have film and TV, which encompasses everything from documentary to animation to editing to directing. Like, there is no specific major. How like Dodge breaks it down a little more, like screenwriting, like that is embedded within film and TV. Yeah, so the way they have it is film and TV, they have cinema studies, they've got like a computer arts type of thing, they've got another one called like interactive media arts, another like dance and acting and stuff like that, but film and TV is one. So yeah, anyway, the good thing is I got to work on a couple people's sets, which was so awesome because they were really fun, and the people who worked on them were so nice, and they actually also came from California, so it was a good time, and then I learned a lot from that. But like, I met a lot of great people, and I didn't really realize it yet until I moved into second semester. But for the most part, first semester was really hard and it was tough. But then in winter time, that's when I kind of decided, I was like, okay, maybe I need to try transferring to Chapman, because the cost was $100K a year, and I was learning, yeah, it's $100K a year. 100K. 80K is tuition, and the rest.
Wait, 80K is tuition?
80K is tuition.
Oh, that's. Wait, what?
I'm not even kidding. Yeah.
That's more than like
and
Harvard
I got,
or any Ivy League.
Yeah, the only scholarship they gave me was work study, and obviously work study only pays like 5K. Yeah.
Yeah, she's shook.
No, yeah.
I'm just thinking, how much is it for international students? Because
it's more.
It's
more for international.
But the people who go there who are international students are really rich.
Right.
Like really rich.
I'm so glad I
So
applied
rich.
only to Chapman now.
That's what a lot of people told me.
Oh my god.
It's 80K tuition, and then the 20K I'm accounting to food, travel,
right.
and just other expenses, living expenses and things like that. Because housing there is 18K.
This whole podcast is gonna be just me. Oh my god.
It's a shocker. So it's like, it's really expensive, and I was not feeling good, because I was like, okay, I know I'm going into debt anyway when I chose NYU, but then I was like, I did not feel like I was getting the experience I wanted from a big name school and paying all this money. At that point, I was like, okay, I've gotten to work on like 2 film sets, and that was just out of a contact, and I'm in like a cinema studies major, and like I'm paying $100K, and it's not fun.
And you also have a stalker roommate.
Yeah, I have a stalker roommate. I was not in the best place at that moment. So I came home and I talked to like my family about it, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is like so much money, and I'm wasting time over there. I talked to my family about it, and they were like, okay, why don't you transfer in? So I checked where I could transfer. It was USC and Chapman. So I applied to both. dun dun dun, the letter came, and then they were like, we accepted you. And I started crying, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, no way. Okay, so I had to decide whether I was gonna stay or go. And then at that point, I didn't know if I got into USC or not. Flash forward, I did. So when it came down to the choice, I talked to a lot of different people. I didn't really know what I was gonna do, but then it kind of came down to more of the logistics. I also found out that I could graduate a whole year early if I finished at NYU, and then I added a minor on that was gonna be like a technical thing, and then I was gonna study abroad for like 2 years, but that's if I stayed there. And then if I went to Chapman, then I could actually do what I want to do for a reasonable price, stay at home, which is cheaper in the long run, and it would be like kind of more of a smarter, logical decision. And I met some people who are working in the industry right now, and like I asked them what their opinions were, and it was like very like mixed, but overall it was like Chapman's probably the way to go because it's cheaper and you're not gonna regret it. But yeah, so then I ended up choosing Chapman, and then I dropped out of NYU, and now I'm here. Yay!
Yay!
Oh my God!
Woo,
Your time.
welcome.
I know. And then I met Justin, the only other transfer in the major. Wow. So it was a good time. But yeah.
Like, I can understand why you wanted to transfer out.
Yeah.
Like, if I was in your position, I'm like, yeah, no, Mom, I need to leave right now. I'm glad you're here. Everybody's glad you're here.
I don't know about that, but okay.
So yeah, if you want to transfer to Dodge College, what do we have to do? We're here to help you. So if you want to choose film production at Dodge, the early action and the early decision deadline is November 1st. And then for majors outside of film production, any other program, so animation, like film studies, to documentary filmmaking, and stuff like that, the deadline is going to be January 15th. And for transfer students, the deadline is
February 15th.
Yeah, it's February 15th for transfer students. And the second step is to submit your common application. And we've talked about that in our last podcast.
General admission.
In our general admissions. Just fill out your common application. Know who you are, know which awards you won, what you did in high school and stuff like that, compile your application.
And then comes the fun part, the creative supplement.
Oh my God.
That was fun! What are you? That was the nicest part.
The most fun I had on the application was all the little questions they had. Like, what's your favorite food? And what song?
Really?
Yeah.
For Chapman?
Yeah, did you have those?
I think so. It's been a while.
Of course you
It's
had
been a
it.
while. It's been a while.
Of course you had it.
Okay,
Everybody
right.
had it.
Like Anastasia said, the third step is to fill out your creative supplements. So different majors have different requirements for supplements. For documentary majors like us, we didn't really have to submit a film, 2-minute film.
Wrote a paper.
We wrote a paper. We wrote about. We had like a lot of essays to write about.
Yeah, and for film production, the first one is a 500-word essay. It kind of looks the same as just a common app essay, but you gotta be more about your like creative side in that one. I don't really remember the prompt, but it was like literally the same, but just about your creativity and not only film.
Yeah, I remember that specifically.
Oh yeah, that was what.
Yeah.
That was the first essay, I think.
Yeah, I was like, what not about film? And I was like, I don't know.
I wrote about music and dancing that I do.
I wrote about an apple pie story.
Apple pie?
It was pretty creative, yeah.
Apple pie?
I wrote about the people of New York.
Right.
Creepy stalkers. And so the other thing that film prods have to do is a film. The whole point of the 2-minute video is not to show your like cinematic skills, because people know that you don't necessarily need to have a camera or like black magic 6K whatever for your film production application. The whole point is like about your story.
Story is really important.
The story is the main part.
Yeah.
I mean, all the professors here at Chapman, they emphasize story.
Yeah.
Story.
They're like,
Yeah.
Right.
you're not a filmmaker, you're a storyteller.
The last step is to wait. for your decision.
And cry.
Cry.
Maybe
lot.
cry, maybe,
When you don't get
maybe
it.
laugh.
When you don't get in, you sit there and you cry. Or if you do get in, you will also cry.
If you
Right,
don't get
right.
in, you just go to another year in your university and transfer the second year.
Second year. And if you are already a sophomore and you didn't get in, I don't know what to say. Like, maybe try again.
I think you could always try the junior, but
Right.
you'll probably have to stay like one more year.
Yeah.
But more if you're in Dodge, I feel like. 'cause
Oh yeah.
right.
If you transfer in and you're a junior, then you have to stay like 3 years, which I think Justin has to do.
Yeah. I feel like for the most part with the Dodge application, just have fun with it.
Right.
And also you can just connect with a few people that already are in the Dodge program. Like I contacted 2 people during my application process to hear more about their experience at Dodge. So.
You can reach out to us.
Right, reach out to us.
We'll leave our Instagrams somewhere during the editing, and you can reach out. We can always like follow up with you. Yeah.
Yeah, so please stick to film because film school is amazing.
Film school is so fun.
It's so fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Not even lying. I've like.
You're not gonna regret
So
it.
bad.
Yeah.
Thank you, Caroline, for
coming here.
for coming.
This was so fun. Thank you guys for
And thank you
inviting
for
me.
thank you for like transferring from NYU to here. Like that's such a,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm so honored to be on your podcast. This was a lot of fun. Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching and joining us for this episode. We'll see you in our next one.
Bye.